This is the podcast for the accountancy software Sage. Today, we're going to be talking about Sage in considerable detail, the features, accurate reporting, and a special item on keyboard shortcuts. For example, F8 deletes a row when editing the chart of accounts. That's the sort of gold we're going to be discussing in exhaustive detail. So if that isn't your sort of thing, switch off now. Also, we've been receiving some reports of mislabeling in iTunes and so forth, so if you're listening expecting to hear something called the Carpenters podcast, you're mistaken. We're going to be talking accountancy software here for upwards of an hour in mind-bogglingly intense detail. So switch off now. This isn't for you. It is for you. Just not for you. Okay then, don't say we didn't warn you. Welcome to the Sage Accountancy Software One-Man Discussion Hour. I'm your host, Kevin Sage. Boy, have we got a show for you. Sage accountancy software is used by all sorts of companies and not-for-profit organisations, including the Carpenters. Chippings, young grapplers, welcome to the podcast of the Venerable and Sacred Order of the Scholastic Trapezoid, colloquially known as the Carpenters. I am Brother Marcus, 15th column of the Central Ring, High Barm Divot in the Plinthiest of Plinthies, and Marketing Officer. Woodwork is not work, for woodwork is joy. Woodwork is not work, but it can be quite tiring sometimes. Oh my brothers, the trapezoid is surely rising. Let us rest a while in its shade, for its magnificence and scale blocks out the sun. But then we get cold in that dark shadow, so the trapezoid becomes translucent and lets the sun through, and we all warm up. It is everything, this mighty trapezoid, it really is. Trusting that all is well with your local rings, we have news and nurturing wisdom from the High Bench in audio form, plus readings, reflections, and fun? Holler the Dovetail Creed with me in full voice, or type the words into an Excel spreadsheet if you're listening quietly at work. Hope. Rope. Dope. Nope. Dovetail joint us together, O trapezoid, till we are indivisible and undividable, and in unity, truth, and in truth, wood, good. Also, no women. This is the word for those who need it. Mandela. Mandela. And now news from the High Bench. The current status is green, with Father Chasterley still abroad. Brother Colin's eyes are a bit bloodshot, but otherwise mustn't grumble. Times and places of local ring meetings are on a need-to-know basis, so if you need them, you'll know. The High Bench foresees no issues with that system. The Central Ring is in session this week. Cloaks and clogs, both essential. Speaking of cloaks, do remember to bring them. They're an essential part of trapezoidal practice, and local rings have very few spares. And don't think you can get away with a hooded coat done up to the chin. You'll stand out a mile. The Wakefield Ring is having a Bran tub night next Tuesday. The aforementioned tub, traditionally filled with Bran, one assumes, has been filled with deadly wood splinters. Attending ring members must plunge their hand into the woody nightmare to retrieve scraps of paper containing the wisdom of Father Chasterly, which they must then give a short talk illuminating. Why wouldn't you want to attend? Bring your own tweezers. Hat stands wanted. Hat stands wanted. Got a good hat stand? Is it made out of wood? We need hat stands at the central ring to put the cloaks of the 20 columns upon. At the moment we're using brass hooks, of all things, not on brand really. So, got a nice wood hat stand you want to donate to the cause? Post it in. And finally, our new social media campaign encourages the use of a street-smart hand signal to communicate between members. Make a trapezoid with your fingers, et voila! You've made a brapazoid. It's impossible to do whilst taking a photo of it, but if you find a way, use the hashtag brapazoid, and then don't share it with Not Carpenters on Twitter, because we're a secret society, god damn it. And now, fun facts. Why are the clogs of the Carpenters square at the end? This is because of Father Chasterly's fear of toes. He has them, of course, but prefers to look at them when they're safely in socks. Brother Eugene's fury at the modern world frequently spills over into conversations unsuitable for polite company. Only today he referred to my iPad as a witch's cauldron but flat, which is insulting to many, not least the late Steve Jobs. So please excuse his regular item, Brother Eugene's reasons women can't join the Carpenters.
No gumption.
Thank you, Brother Eugene.
Remember the tale of Chasterly on the beach? It's not quite as racist as they'd have you believe. The yokesman was swimming, Father Chasterly snorkeling. It was pretty relaxed despite the subsequent rumours. A lazy vacation, just the yokesman and Chasterly sipping on sodas and getting a suntan. You punch one Spaniard and that's all they can talk about. That's what you get if you puncture our beach ball. A restful time, a peaceful time. Nearly 3 weeks of glorious sunshine. Let's remember that, don't let your memory swerve to a 5-minute window full of racial slurs. It didn't mean nothing, just a friendly chat, followed by 30 seconds violence with a rounder's bat. Let's put it behind us for the trapezoid. Understands completely when you get annoyed, yeah.
This is the word for those who need it. Jobs. Jobs. A reading from the Shavings. Father Chasterley stood with his axe Silver Alison at his side. "Eat not of the fruit of this tree," he said, and chopped it down. It was an apple tree. "Eat not of the fruit of this tree either," he said, and chopped that tree down too. It was a cherry tree. "Why can we not eat the fruits of these trees?" said the oaksman. "Because," said Father Chasterley, "they're mine, hands off." The oaksman nodded. "And this tree," said Father Chasterley, "eat not the fruit of this tree." "Why not?" said Brother Philip. "For this is the calamity," said Father Chasterley. He struck it once with Silver Alison, and a bee came out and stung Philip on the ear. The oaksman applauded the wisdom of Father Chasterley. This is the word for those who need it. Sea cucumber. Blech. Sea cucumber. That's all for today, chiplings. Follow us on Twitter at NotCarpenters if you're not afraid of the modern world. And if you are, I'll be dubbing this episode onto a C90 cassette by holding my iPod headphones up to the built-in mic of my boombox. Request a copy at your local ring. As a chant of parting, let us chant the parting chant. Trapezoid, unite us. Carpenter, form us. Shavings, teach us. Haters, do one. Brothers, onward. Nice to see you. Support for the Carpenters comes from Audible. Stories that surround you and keep you coming back for more. Download Father Chasterley's semi-forgotten sci-fi novel, The Space Puddle, read by Don Warrington, plus thousands more. Get a free trial at audible.com/carpenters. Audible. Those words sound real good.